So, sir, can you tell me few things? Give me a small introduction about yourself, and then your whole journey.
Okay, okay. I'll tell you. See, during I was having a hearing problem in the late 90s. I'll just brief you. I'll explain to you in a nutshell.
Sure.
So I had happened to show my ear to an ENT doctor. So he said that I have a problem in my ear, and it can be resolved through a ear surgery, or else he told me, he warned me that I will go completely deaf in future. So that was the right age to go ahead with the surgery. And then I went ahead with the surgery, but unfortunately, my ear surgery was a failure to me. Then slowly, gradually, I started, struggling with my hearing. I had to give up my small business, trading business, and then I had to make a living. So what I did is that I did a course in journalism from KC College. At the same time, I did a course in photography also, and I started looking for freelancing work. And I was fortunate that I was the only guy, apart from someone else from Delhi, who was contributor to Guardian Weekly in UK. So my first breakthrough was in Guardian. So I started writing for them, and at the same time I started clicking photos, doing street photography, photojournalism, and started posting it in social media. I started getting more recognition in photography. Actually, I was not very interested in photography during my school and college days. But then I felt I will write about tourism. I'll make stories about my travel. I will write travel stories. So that is how I said is that I will at the same time I'll click photos also to add to my stories. So that is why that is what made me get into photography. But I started getting more recognition in my photographs. What could be the reason? I felt maybe is it because of my loss of my hearing? So maybe my hand and eye coordination is getting better, and I felt I should share my photography skill with the deaf community. So I started taking free photo classes on weekends in a deaf school in Goregaon. That is Sanskardham School of Deaf. Now it is known as Sanskardham Hearing Impaired School or something in Goregaon. This was only on Saturdays for almost for an hour I was taking classes, and this continued for few couple of years. Then later on I started doing some assignment, news coverage assignment for a regional TV channel, Kerala regional TV channel. So I was keeping that was keeping me engaged more on Saturdays, on weekends, so I couldn't make it. But then meanwhile I had such a good bonding with my deaf student, so they said we should continue with it. So I found my own group of deaf students, and we started going on outdoor photography. In 2013, I was associated with Tata Memorial Hospital, taking photo classes at pediatric ward in Parel, that is Tata Memorial Hospital, in association with the Impact Foundation. So that is also being continued. I take regular classes over there. The whole idea of teaching deaf is to give them a platform of communication. A visual communication. Since they can't speak, they can't hear. So I said is that you communicate with the world visually, and that is much more creative. And at the same time, I said is that photography also could be a very good career option for the deaf. They need not, once they finish with their education, they need not look for a job. They can either take up photography as a part-time profession, and later on become a full-time wedding photographers, where the money is very good. Same applies to the cancer children. They miss on their education because of long treatment of chemotherapy, radiation, surgery. Secondly, they have to go through a lot of pains and sufferings also. So photography gives them a better frame of mind. makes them happy, a moment of joy. It brings smile on their faces, and they can also look at photography as a career option also in future. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm here. Uh,
Hello.
yes, sir. I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah, yeah. You want me to add? So I've been teaching from last 11 years. I started in 2009. I'm continuing with the deaf community with my deaf student. I have a very good numbers of deaf student. At the same time, I have a very good numbers of cancer survivors and cancer patient also. So after the lockdown, what I did is that I wanted to keep these guys engaged. I could understand the difficulty of the cancer kid. Not able to go to the hospital for regular follow up for medical checkup. Some of them they miss their chemotherapy also, and it was really very hard on on not only physical but also on their mental care also. So I came out with an idea. I told, and since we can't go out on outdoor also, we can't meet also, so I had opened a Instagram account. I already had a Facebook account for the disabled and for the cancer kid, that is called Spreading Light Through Photography. I opened one during the lockdown for cancer children, that is known as Cancer Art Project. And for the deaf, it is enabled photography. So they keep sending me their artwork. Right now, there are few photos that is coming along, because obviously they are not able to go out, so they can't shoot photos.
Right.
So they are sending me drawing sketches and all, very beautiful drawings and sketches every day. I post it in Instagram, and then I tag it to my Facebook page, and I also have an account in Twitter also. Yeah, so that this kid not only keep themselves engaged with creativity, makes them happy, take care of their health mentally also, and keep them engaged meaningfully. I think this idea is really clicked.
That is
Hello.
a that is a beautiful thing that you are doing, sir. So
Yes,
may I
yes.
know what inspired you to start this helping
No,
cancer
inspiring
patients?
is my own story. See, what happens is that it is my own story. You see, when I take class with my cancer kid, is that the first question I ask them is, how are you known by the outside world? How are you identified? All the cancer children, they are always identified with their disease. Oh, he is a
Right.
cancer patient, poor boy. He's a cancer survivor. He had cancer and all. That is how society look upon these kids. I said the first thing we have to do is that I will help you in changing this identity. Is that take a
Okay.
photography. You'll have to have something with you, some creativity with you, so that people identify your name with your hobby or with your creativity. You take a photography. Okay, for example, I have Sanjay, who's a cancer patient. I have Ashok, who is a cancer survivor. He's always known as poor fellow has got cancer. Poor fellow is a survivor. That poor fellow is undergoing chemotherapy. I said we have to change that. Let you be known not as a survivor or as a patient. Let you be known, Ashok, oh, he's a really good photographer. Okay, Sanjay, he's a really good in drawing and painting and all. That is how we change. And you get a new meaning in life. You get a new identity, and try to keep yourself engaged in creativity. It helps you quite a lot. And photography as such, I don't have to create any awareness, because of the thanks to selfie. It's very popular, and it's hugely popular among the kids and among the children. Of course, they don't
Right.
have cameras and all, so I tell them they can shoot photos using their dad's cell phone, and when they are at home, they can take portrait also. When they are outside, they can whatever they feel that can turn out to be a good photo, they can click, and they keep sending me photos. Then I share it in the social media. Some of them are very, very small, so they don't have direct account and all, but through their father they have an account in Facebook and all. So I post it and tag them, either their name if they have an account or their father's name. So this whole exercise, is really it's meaningful. All the kids have taken it very, very positively. I have not only kids from Bombay. I have somebody from Nasik, from Kerala, from all over India, and there are a lot of people outside India has also shown a lot of interest in this concept.
That is, sir, your thought about changing their identity, for that they are not related to cancer, but they have their own identity related
Yeah,
to
you
their
have to
creative.
you see. I mean, you have to give them. I mean, give them some purpose, some meaning in
Right.
life. You
Purpose.
know so
Exactly, sir.
that it takes away your mind. See, exactly what happened to me is that I lost my hearing. I didn't tell you that along with my hearing, within a year's time I got tinnitus also. Tinnitus is a buzzing sound in my ear which has
Yes.
got no cure.
Mhm.
It's a buzzing sound, and when it is high, it is as good as standing near to an aeroplane or an engine or something. And my frame of mind, like if I'm very tensed, if I have a lot of stress and all, this sound in my ear will go up like anything. So
I
I
understand.
myself, it was because of my own problem. I had to get into creativity, that is photography. I give them, I make myself an example how I came out of it. When I started getting tinnitus, when I lost my hearing, I went through a lot of difficulties. Initially it was very, very difficult for me, to engage with the world. Hearing is still a problem, still a big struggle for me. Tinnitus at times can go out of control, but it is my creativity, it is my photography that is going to help me, and the love and affection which I get from my kid. So I give myself as an example. I came out of it. Last 10 years, my work has been recognized. I got a skill development award from BPCL. I was selected as one of the Mumbai heroes by Radio City in 2016, and various felicitations from various organizations. I've been, various interviews and TVs, everything. So I tell the same, I try to sell my story to them, which could inspire them.
That is really beautiful, sir. So one thing I wanted to make sure that you have not been diagnosed with cancer, right?
No, I'm not a, no, 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 no. I'm,
Ah,
I'm a semi-deaf person with tinnitus, and I have nothing to do. I went to the doctor at Tata Memorial Hospital, and I gave my proposal. I said is that, see, look, I mean, cancer takes care of only the physical aspect of treatment.
right.
What about the mental aspect? Suppose you and me, we are not well right now. Right now we are in lockdown. I can understand the stress we go through. Similarly, the cancer
Right.
kids also, they go through tremendous stress, pain and suffering and all. And what do we do to take care of their mental health? I said is that you give them photography, you give them creativity, something and all that will make them happy. That will give them some purpose, some meaning in life. And that is what is happening. You can see a lot of, if you go to my website, in Instagram, fantastic, work. I get very positive response from the normal people, from the mainstream society. Is that it is unbelievable. Sometimes it is unbelievable for me also to see the kind of work they produce.
That is really nice, sir. That is really amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So may I ask you, how do you manage your personal life and helping this society?
No, personal life in the way, earning is absolutely zero. I've been teaching from my unique selling point is I've been teaching since 2009. I've been not charging any money. I do it freely. I
Right.
can't think about. I
I
can't.
like
I
that.
can't. I'm not started an NGO also because I want to myself focus everything. I mean, you start an NGO. First of all, I didn't have a place. I don't want to get involved into administration, everything and all. I'm an individual. It's a self-initiative project. And I used to, initially I used to contribute my articles. I used to make money and all, but now I don't get much of an assignment, so I'm just carrying on. Whatever savings I have, and then my wife is also there. She also supports me quite a lot. She's working. She's a central government employee, and then some from well wishers also. Like for example, City uh, Radio City had raised some funds for me to buy cameras, and there are individuals who buy me cameras and all. But otherwise, all these 10 years, I myself find it very difficult. How did I manage going outdoor and all? It needs a lot of money also. And, buying them, taking them out, taking care of the travel expenses, taking care of the food expenses. The same time for me, I don't have any, like, as such, even if it is raining heavily or during summertime, I have to go to Tata Memorial and take classes and all. I'm very prompt in that. I don't miss my classes. Because I don't want to miss my kid. For me, like going to Tata Memorial Hospital is like visiting a temple, and sitting with the children is like sitting with the God.
That is just too beautiful, sir.
Yeah.
So, do you
Yeah.
have any message
Yeah.
for?
The message is that I believe is that every individual should have some sort of a creativity, especially the children. What happens, initially during the TV time we had cartoons. Every parents used to complain that my kid is every day watches 24 hours watches cartoon and all. But now from the cartoon it has come to internet, cell phone and all. You carry on. Carry on with your activities in cell phone, have chatting, everything. But at the same time, you have to see that you devote much of your day's time into something good, something positive, something very creativity, which is going to help you mentally also. Maybe you can look upon building on that in future also as a career also. That's what I tell. And the parents have also accepted is that they find their son and daughter and all nowadays not sitting, spending long hours in front of the laptop or cell, clicking photos and all. So, I want to see that at least 50 or more than 50% of the time they spend on positive activities. As such, drawing, sketching, or taking photos, rather than, the whole day chatting or taking selfies also. That's a problem which I face, especially among the kids. They like taking selfies and all. But I say is
Right.
that people, for example, one of the deaf guys, I keep on telling him, don't send me your selfies. Nobody wants to see your face. You would like others to appreciate your face and all. But don't go by the likes and the comment when you put your face. Your friends are just obliging you. But try to make an identity, not from your face, from your work. People should relate to your name, to your face from your work. So that is what is going to count in future.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sir, do you want to say do you want to give any message to cancer patients or caregivers?
The message is that for the cancer kid, I'm always there. I have a concept with me. Everybody is welcome to join me. I don't charge a single money. If somebody who's not in Bombay or during lockdown wants to learn photography, I'm always available. I can teach them online on video also. That is there. It is free of charge. I don't charge anything at all. But I at the same time during this lockdown period, I believe is that some people are not good in sketching and drawing. It doesn't come natural to him. Maybe they can take photography. They
Right.
don't have a camera. They can use a cell phone. They don't have a cell phone. They can use that cell phone. Maybe when they are indoor at home, they can start with clicking portrait of their father, mother, or maybe some guy, they have a good plant, or have a good flower. They can start taking it and start posting it. And he or she finds that people are responding positively, there are more number of likes, more number of comments, that kind of a joy, it can't be explained.
Right.
Like suppose you put your photos and somebody says, wow, it is so good. Similarly, children also want to be appreciated.
Right. Right. Sir, you are from Bombay itself.
Yeah, I'm born and brought up in Bombay.
Okay. So may I know that do you go visit such NGOs on Sundays?
No, see, right now I'm taking regular classes at Tata Memorial Hospital in association with an NGO, that is Impact Foundation in Tata. And then I've been regularly taking classes at St. Jude Childcare, which is one of the largest NGOs taking care of cancer. They provide free housing, excellent housing, and they give, all kind of a help that is required by the cancer kid.
Okay.
Then other than that, I had done a photo workshop at Faridabad where I was invited by a deaf school, a disabled school. I did then I was invited at Goa also by an NGO where I took outdoor photo workshop for the deaf, for the disabled. I had one or two students who were blind also. So similarly, I get that kind of invitation here in Bombay also. Hello.
Yes, sir. That is
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Uh, Sir, so I wanted to ask you that if you ever do such activity on Sunday, then even I would like to join you someday because even I am a
Yeah, see,
photographer.
Amal, I'll tell you one thing. You know, this kind of a request, I've been getting it from, from so many of them. I have my own restriction. When I go to all the cancer children, they being children, it is very sensitive matter. I
Yes,
have
sir.
been strictly told not to allow. I cannot have any visitor along with me. Entry to Tata Memorial Hospital is very restricted.
Okay.
Since they know me, I've been associated with them, so they know me, so they allow me to take. Otherwise, I've been strictly told not to bring any visitors. See, this applies to other NGOs also because they are all kids, and they
Right,
know me,
right,
but
right.
they don't know the visitor whom I am bringing along with me. So, now and they have, I know they have made it more restrictive. So I do not know when the lockdown is going to get over, but definitely I have you in my mind. Whenever we go for outdoor and all, I'll definitely one day I'll
Sure,
definitely
sir.
add one. Yeah,
Sure, sir. I would love to
yeah,
join you.
yeah. Sure.
Sir, do you have any role model that helped you, or was it just your own?
No. I tell my student, you don't make me as a role model. You try to become yourself as a role model for others.
That is nice,
Hello.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I believe is that I believe is that eventually you need to have some inspiration, but in the beginning you have to have some inspiration, some role model, but gradually you have to develop everything on your own. Try to be your own. That is what I mean. Especially in photography and all, I say is that you can get inspired by other people's work, but see, there is no repetition of your work. There is a likelihood of you being too much inspired, and then what you are clicking will be just a replica of what that fellow has clipped because it settles in your
Right.
subconscious. So try to make your own style, try to be your own, apply your own mind. My perception will be different from your perception, so you go by
Right.
your perception, go by what you think is good for you, and then you can, whatever I say, you don't take it at face value, you can filter it. Whatever good I might say, it might be applying good for me, maybe not, it might be not good for you. So you have your own way of thinking, you what is good and what is not good for you. I try to make them independent. I mean, role model has to be there initially, but gradually I want these guys to become a role model for others also.
That is so nice, sir.
Yeah,
That is really nice.
yeah, right.
Sir, anything else that you want to add?
No, I would like to, I mean, make my convey this message is that during this lockdown, I mean, cancer kids and deaf all over India or outside also can always avail my service. I'm always available. One more thing I would like to add is that my bonding with with the kids are so good because I'm not trying to be only a sir or a teacher to them. I'm like a mentor, a guide, and more of a friend.
Hmm.
It is not like I take classes and then I have no other connections with them. I am constantly in touch with them. I take care of their problems. I take care when they feel low. Any of my student undergoing chemotherapy also, I see to it that I spend a lot of time with them at the hospital, sitting with them, trying to give them some moral support. So, my equation with the children is not like sir and student. It is more of a friend. I'm always there with you. I think that is what I gel very well with my children.
Yeah, and I can see that positivity in you. That when you talk about those children, that you feel so energetic. That is wonderful.
My whole life revolves around them. You see, I mean, if you could see, I haven't missed any of my classes. Every day in the morning, I mean, half a day, almost the whole day is spent on. After I started this gallery, Instagram gallery, the whole day is spent on them. Early I start at 8:30. I keep getting. I got a long list of artwork, sketches and photos and all of my kids. I mean, at the time I can't post everybody because if I do a particular posting, I want to see that maximum people have a look at it. Then
Right.
later on, maybe at the noon I do only 2 posting at a day, so they get the maximum coverage. I have a long list, so most of the time right now, from morning to night it goes
Yes.
into posting. And right now, holding this cell phone, yesterday I had a terrible pain on my hand holding this cell phone for a long time. You see, but then I am also keeping myself engaged. It's an advantage to me also.
So it was really nice knowing you and your story and how you inspire people.
Thank you.
It is something that people should know.
Thank you.
Everyone should
Thank you, Aman. Thank you.
have a good day, sir.
Thank you. Same to you. Bye.